What's up, guys? My name is Anthony Amorim, and you are watching the Cheetah Girls 2 bonus features. So I've been away from YouTube for a little bit, for a short amount of time. Not really short amount of time. I've been away for like 5 months, except for the video I posted last week. Killed it! But I'm gonna try to be back. I got these lights that make me look super pale, which is always a really good time. I couldn't decide if I was gonna shave for this video or not. And as you can see, I decided not to. But you know what? I say, who cares? I say, who cares? So as you can tell by the title, this video is going to be about 21 Pilots. It's like, come on, Anthony, we get it. You talk about 21 Pilots, you wear 21 Pilots merch, you like 21 Pilots. Just move on, you know? But I can't. It's hard for me to move on when 21 Pilots is dropping a new album called Trench, October 5th, Friday, October 5th, and I'm just really excited about it. I loved Blurryface, and I loved Vessel, and I love all of their albums, so I'm just kind of stoked to hear what they've got in store. The singles that they put out so far are really just like super strong. I'm really into them. Nico and the Niners is my favorite, but Jumpsuit is really good. My Blood is like, mwah, that's a spicy meatball. I hate myself. Anyway, but I don't know, I'm excited, and so I decided to take some time and talk about each individual album by 21 Pilots leading up to the release of Trench, and I'll try to get my Trench video out the same day that Trench actually comes out, but if I don't, you know, who's to expect anything from me these days? So today we are not only talking about the band 21 Pilots, but we are talking about the album, the self-titled 2009 21 Pilots album. Obviously, and probably the same for a lot of you guys, the self-titled 21 Pilots album was not the first album I heard by 21 Pilots. I kind of got into them. The first time I heard a 21 Pilots song was like 2012, and an a cappella group came to my school and played Holding On To You, and I was like, oh, this is a sick song. Let me go on YouTube and listen to it. And then I watched the video and I was like,
this guy's voice is weird.
So I didn't really get into 21 Pilots then, but in 2015 I heard Tear in My Heart on the radio, and I was like,
oh, the guy's voice is still kind of weird.
And then, you know what, I was just like, fuck it, let's just get into this band. And then I did, really heavily, as you guys can probably tell. So we got my laptop. The only sticker I have on my laptop is, it says my name, so that if you find my laptop, you can return it to me. Sorry guys, I had, I think I'm on my third cup of black coffee today, and I'll probably have another one before the video's over with. So if I have a lot of energy, good, you know what? Lucky you. Entertaining video. Cheers. Almost just spilled coffee on my laptop. So we're gonna read about 21 Pilots on the internet, on Wikipedia.com. So 21 Pilots is a self-titled debut album by American band 21 Pilots, released independently on December 29th, 2009. It's crazy to me that 21 Pilots has been doing stuff as a band since 2009, because I only got into them in like 2015, so the fact that they were making music and putting out music when I was 13 years old is wild. It's just a crazy, crazy, crazy thing to me. I'm just trying to imagine like 13-year-old Anthony, little fucking bowl cut, struggling with his sexuality Anthony, listening to Addict with a pen. I'm just trying to envision that for myself, and I just can't help but wonder if I would have been a better person now. Probably, maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, the album sold 115,000 copies and peaked at number 139 on the US Billboard 200. I can't help but believe that it peaked at number 139 like the same week that Blurryface, or like the same couple weeks that Blurryface was like number 2 for like 10 weeks straight, because I don't think they were that popular. I think that once they blew up with Blurryface, it kind of like shot it right back up to the charts. It is the only album to feature bassist Nick Thomas and drummer Chris Salad before they both left the band in 2011. So no Josh Gunn on this one. It's so funny, like I'm a huge 21 Pilots fan, love them, but I know nothing about Nick Thomas and I know nothing about Chris Sally, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I mean, exactly, point, you know, there's your point right there. You see the sloth head, you like that guy? He's gonna be featured in many of my videos. The first thing I want to talk about with this album is like the album art. I'm gonna put it like, you know, like editing. I just think the album art is beautiful, and I'm a big fan of like album covers not featuring the band's name, or not, you know, not featuring the artist's name, or like even a title sometimes. Oh my god. The album is 62 minutes long. What? How many? It's 14 tracks. I guess 21 Pilots like kind of went off with the length of the songs, but damn, 62 minutes for an album is like actually a really long time. All right, here's the track listing. All tracks written by Tyler Joseph, my baby boy. Love that man. You know, that's all there is to it. All right, Implicit Demand for Proof, Fall Away, The Pantaloon, Addict with a Pen, Friend Please, March to the Sea, Johnny Boy, Oh Misbeliever, Air Catcher, Trapdoor, A Car, A Torch of Death, Taxi Cab, Before You Start Your Day, Isle of Flightless Birds. My overall opinion on the album is that it's good. It's a solid album. It's not my favorite, and I don't think it's the best. We're gonna save that for later. Oh, I mentioned that it's a series. I mentioned that. But it's solid. There are definitely some songs on the album I don't listen to. I don't really listen to like March to the Sea. I don't really listen to Taxi Cab or Isle of Flightless Birds, which is actually a lot of, like, those are people's favorite songs on the entire album. I just don't listen to them. I don't know. I don't have time. I listen to so much music all the time. I can't tell if I'm super awake or super tired. More, we'll find out at 11 o'clock. Thanks. Back to you, Jim. Back to you, Steve. So my favorite song on this album, personally, is Fall Away. I love Fall Away. I also really love The Pantaloon. If you go back to my top 5 favorite 21 Pilots songs, I don't remember which order I put them in, but I think I like Fall Away better than The Pantaloon. I really like the rap, the second verse rap. Every time I feel selfish ambition is taking my vision, my crime is a sentence, repentance is taking a mission I'm taking. I also, you know, I love Addict with the Pen. I think Addict with the Pen is the strongest song on the album. I think it's the best. I think it's one that like anybody can really get into, and it means a lot to the people listening to it, especially like, you know, diehard fans. It's just like a really, really beautiful song. Like, it kind of captures everything that Tyler is and wants to be. And I think it's really beautiful. My least favorite? I don't know. I can't really have a least favorite without like thoroughly listening to every single song. I don't like in Before You Start Your Day how often he uses the word slit. Oh, the slits in your face and start your day. I think that's gross. I think that's gross. Can you imagine your dad like coming into your room and being like, "Oh, hey, Rebecca, don't forget to open your slits and wake up." I'd be like, "Dad, get out. Dad, get out of my room, you weirdo." You know, that's just like a little thing that makes me uncomfortable. But I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a bad song. I'd say it's one of the more memorable songs on the album. So I'm not gonna do like a really, you know, in-depth like review of the album. I just want to talk about them. I want to know your opinions. I want to know like what you guys like and what, you know, your favorite songs, your least favorite songs. I'm going to be in the comments below this video just kind of like discussing the whole album. Something I think is interesting is Regional at Best is the only 21 Pilots album that's not on Spotify. I think it had something to do with Fueled by Ramen, like acquiring their like, you know, signing them to the label and acquiring their music, and a bunch of the songs from Regional at Best are on Vessel, and they redid them for Vessel, and honestly I think they're way better on Vessel than they are on Regional at Best. But this album, 21 Pilots, is on Spotify, and I guess that was something that they did back in 2009. Like they you know, they put their own music on their own distributors independently, and they just decided to keep them up for some reason. I don't know what the situation there is, but I'm glad that I can listen to Fall Away and The Pantaloon on Spotify whenever I want. I think that's cool. I wish that I could listen to Kitchen Sink, but you know what, we'll save that for the next video. So as you guys know, I'm really active on Twitter. I'm pretty active on Instagram, and I decided to turn the question over to you guys on my Twitter and my Instagram. We'll do Twitter and Instagram right here. They have the same handle. It's at Anthony Amorim, and I'm really super active on Twitter if you guys want to follow me there, and also if you guys want to be possibly featured in the next video. or the next few videos that I do. What is your favorite song, least favorite, and just little things you love about the album? So I'm gonna see what you guys said. At Jumpsuits on Twitter said, my favorite songs are Fall Away, Addict with a Pen, Taxi Cab. I skip Before You Start Your Day because sometimes I need more than that, but the progression part is great. The album feels homey, if that makes sense. It's genuinely them and not for radio whatsoever, and it's relatable and raw. And that's something I totally agree with regarding the self-titled album. I think it's super not for radio. I don't think there's a single song that maybe alternative radio, like maybe Fall Away or The Pantaloon could be on alternative radio, but they're not like radio friendly songs like Stressed Out and Ride, you know, or Heathens for that matter. They are very real, very authentic, and just like the songwriting that goes into the album is very original and very like natural for what I assume is like Tyler's personality. And I think that's really interesting, and that is a really good point. Michaela is lost. Love your handle. We love a lost queen. At McKK666. Also interesting. My favorite is either I Love Flightless Birds or Trapdoor. I don't know a lot about the technicalities of music, but I just love the instrumentals of the album. I love how young his voice sounds, because listening to it now you realize how far they've come and grown since then. And then also adding, I love how poetic each song is, all the metaphors and symbolisms, all the multiple meanings, how each song can be interpreted more than one way. Yes, absolutely. I really like the being able to listen to their self-titled album, even to Vessel, the first album they put out after they were signed by Fueled by Ramen. It's different. It's so different. And it's Tyler produced the self-titled album, which I think is insane to produce an album by yourself. I can't do it. I don't produce my own music. I find it really difficult, and the fact that he could do all of those synth sounds and make them sound natural on the album is like insane. I think that's insane. One thing I love about Tonal Pilots is that everybody can kind of interpret their music differently. Everybody can listen to Trees or listen to car radio and feel something that resonates to them specifically, even though the songs are really personal to Tyler's experiences. Like, I just think, and there's so much symbolism in, especially I would assume in the self-titled album. I haven't like really gone in and analyzed every song, but I'm positive that there is just like a buttload of symbolism there. A lot of people are saying Aircatcher, and a lot of people are saying Trapdoor, which is interesting. Yeah, a lot of Trapdoor on the old Twitter. Yeah, I got a lot of responses to this, and if you guys want to check it out on Twitter, you guys can see everybody else's responses. I'm going to switch over to Instagram. Oh, also I got a new lens. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, you know, things in the background are like a little more faded, and I'm a little more focused in, which is cool. On Instagram, at Georgia_Scribbles said, my favorite is I Love Flightless Birds, and if I had to pick a least favorite, it would be Addict with a Pen. That's interesting. I've never heard anybody say that Addict with a Pen is their least favorite. A lot of people say it's actually their favorite Tonal Pilots song ever, but, you know, go you, originality. And the best thing about it is the amount of creativity and thought put into the lyrics and general sound. Yeah, I would agree with that. Good on you, Georgia. At Rye.Eliz said, my favorite is definitely Fall Away. Blingo! My least favorite is March to the Sea. Although I still like March to the Sea, it's kind of boring. There's not a lot of musical content there. Also, this album is just super unique and special, and it discusses important topics in a beautiful way. Agreed. Tonal Pilots is really good at talking about mental illness and insecurity and just things that kind of surround those topics really well, in a way that you can resonate with, but not in a way that like increases your sadness about it. It kind of talks, you know, it's very relatable, but it also gives you like motivation to keep going and keep fighting it, and it kind of takes, you know, it takes the form of like someone who's there for you without encouraging that behavior, you know? And I think that's something that Tonal Pilots does really well, especially on this album. It's just very meaningful and super emotional. It's like a friend. It's like having a nice little guy sitting on your shoulder, whispering sweet nothings into your ear. Alright, so that's it for this video. Let me know if you guys like this style of video, kind of just like me talking to the camera, being a little goofball. I intend to make this a 5-part series where I talk about the self-titled album, Regional at Best, Vessel, Blurryface, and then finally Trench when it comes out. So yeah, just let's talk about the album in the comments, and you guys can look forward to Regional at Best, hopefully Friday, but we'll see because I'm a piece of garbage and you know, I'm bad at uploading videos. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up to let me know, and if you like me, you can subscribe down to my channel below and hit the little notification bell. And also, I make music. I just put out an album called Lost over the summer, and I also have an album called 2004 out, so you can listen to that anywhere you listen to music, Spotify, iTunes, wherever. And yeah, don't forget to leave comments so that I can talk to you guys about the album. I'm really looking forward to what you guys have to say. And that's it. I realized I didn't blow you guys kisses at the end of my last video, so here we go. Alright, I love you guys. Bye.